Good afternoon. It's now 5 p.m. Zambian time. This is Frank Saliki with your Sunday encouragement on TVBAKWETU. I hope you've all had a wonderful Sunday. You are blessed in everything that you have done. I hope your weekend has been great. You've used the weekend to reflect on what you want your life to be like. You know, so many times our lives are so busy, we never get time to reflect on what we can do with our lives. We never get time to ask ourselves, where can I take my life? What can I really do with my life? And it's important if we spend that time. I spent a couple hours after I came back from church just doing some gardening, moving, taking some weeds out, mowing the lawn, and it gave me time just to reflect on certain things that I set out to achieve at the beginning of last week, this week that I just finished, and ask myself, what have I achieved, and why is it that I've not achieved some of the things that I set out to achieve? It's an opportunity to recharge. You know, I don't have a problem in the way people spend their weekend. I don't have a problem with people deciding, I'm going to just go out there and have a beer. You know, this is not a thing I'm going to be saying, don't go there. I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with it is people just not having time to reflect on their lives, and they go through life as wondering generalities. My friends, it's important we make sure that when the day comes, we don't. So many people live like they'll never die, and they die like they never lived. We've all got a dream that we want to achieve. We've all got something that we say, you know what, I would like to achieve that and the other. And for one reason or another, people never get to achieve their dreams. So this afternoon, I want us to ask a question. The topic this afternoon is, will it make your boat go faster? I first came across this expression from Olympic gold medalist, British rower Ben Hunt Davies, who wrote a book, Will It Make the Boat Go Faster? And it talks about the things that we're talking about. What can we do to make our boat go faster? Incidentally, they won the Olympic gold medal by 1/8 of a second. 1/8 of a second, less than a second. They won the Olympic gold medal. And that only came about by them asking, what can we do? Will it make the boat go faster? If I spend time not training today, will it make the boat go faster? If I spend time just partying with my friends, will it make the boat go faster? If I spend time just eating unhealthily, will it make the boat go faster? Those are the questions that they were asking. And this afternoon, my friends, I want us to ask a question when it comes to our lives. A lot of people tell me this, and almost every time I do either your Sunday encouragement or I do Thursday night motivation, I will get a message saying, well, it's well and good you say all those things. You are in the UK. You don't know what people in Zambia are achieving. You don't know how difficult the economy is right now. I'm not oblivious to that. I'm absolutely not oblivious to that. I grew up in Ramcos, and I think a lot of you people who grew up in Loansha will know about Ramcos. 2000, we got a new company, Binani Group of Companies. 2001, they're gone, right? Ron Antelope Mines is under receivership. Our parents are going are going months without pay at a time. I remember the longest was something like 6, 8, 9 months without pay. However, one thing that I never forget is how some people thrived in that economy. How some people thrived and achieved so many things. How some people set up businesses and did great things. I remember one of our neighbors set up a little cantemba, and in a few years' time, he was moving all the way to Lusaka to go and carry on his business. Now he does business trading abroad, because in that time he did not say things are difficult now, so I will stop. He asked himself, what can I do despite what is happening right now? So this notion of asking ourselves, will it make the boat go faster, is all about asking ourselves, what can we do despite what is happening? What can I do despite what is going on right now? So many people focus on what's happening right now that they never take action. I read of so many people who leave their towns of birth, who leave their hometowns, and they move to Lusaka without never knowing anyone and achieving all these things because they asked themselves, what can I do if I want to be successful? These are the constant questions that we have to have if we're ever going to be successful in everything that we do. Waking up every single day and just saying things are hard, things are tough. Yes, things are hard, things are tough. Here's the thing, you don't do anything about it, things will remain tough. What am I doing to learn? What can I do in order to get to that business? What can I do? We've got these days, isn't it? We love our smartphones. We all love our smartphones. And I don't know about you, I spend quite a lot of time on these things. And a lot of people do. And on Thursday night motivation, I made an observation. Okay. So many people, when they go on social media, they're just looking at what all these local celebrities are doing. A lot of it is not inspirational. A lot of time we watch it because it's funny, because it's hilarious, and it makes us laugh, and we look at it and we have a laugh. But In here, what we hold in our smartphones, we hold a wealth of information. I can go on Google right now and research just about anything. I can go on Google and research just about anything. I can go on Google and learn French. I can go on Google and learn German. I can go on Google and learn a lot of IT thing, how to use certain things. I can go on Google and do these wonderful things. I got a comment there saying fake politician. Don't know what that's all about. Then never mind. And I can go on Google and learn a lot of things. But we don't. We use it. We don't use it to what we to benefit our lives. We don't use it to better our lives. You know, one of the most amazing stories I've ever heard was told by Dr. John Maxwell. Dr. John Maxwell is an American motivational speaker and pastor. And it talks about a friend of his who was a taxi driver and how he used a dictionary to improve his career. Every single time he was waiting for a fare, he decided he's just going to learn the word. You know, he learned so many words, he improved his vocabulary, and he's doing so many things. He's doing great things today. Simply because one time he made a decision to start learning new things. One time he made a decision to start learning, to start growing. And my friends, when it comes to being successful, when it comes to transforming our lives, when it comes to changing who we are, the question, will it make my boat go faster? Will it get me closer to the things that I want, or the things that I hope for? Is the most important question we're ever going to ask. It's the most important question we're ever going to ask. What a lot of people never do. What a lot of people never do is ask themselves, what the actions that I'm taking today, are they getting close? Are they getting me closer to the things that I want? Are they getting me closer to the things that I want? This has to be the most powerful question you ask yourself at the end of each week. Are the actions that I'm taking, are they getting me closer to the things that I want? And if they're not, what actions do I need to start taking if I was going to have the life that I want and the life that I desire? So many people talk about being successful, but their actions are not going to bring about success. I could have spoken about being a motivational speaker for however long I wanted, but if I didn't go out there to learn and develop and grow, all that dreaming, would have been in vain. All that dreaming would have been completely be in vain. What is important in all that we do, my friends, is going out there and asking ourselves, what actions can I take today that are going to get me closer to the life that I want, to the life that I desire? What actions can I take that will get me closer to the things that I want? Too many people talk about success, but they never do enough to get the things that they talk about. It doesn't matter how much you talk about something. People always say, how do you know if somebody's going to be is going to be a success? And I always say, you know what? It's in the action. The action that somebody takes will tell you if somebody's going to be a success or not. The action that somebody takes will tell you if somebody is just a doer, is a doer of their word, or just a sayer of the words. And you know what? So many people today say so many things and never get to accomplish them because they never take action. And as long as you do not take action on your dream, guess what? You're never going to have it. If you can dream it, you can achieve it. You can only achieve it if you take action. That, my friends, is what is going to make that boat go faster. I don't care how talented you are. I don't care how many connections you've got. I don't care how how much resources you have, you don't take action, you don't become successful. There've been people who've been given a huge sum of amount. They've had an inheritance. They've got a huge sum of money. But what's happened? They've not used it properly. Have they seen the success that huge sum would have given them? No, because they've not used it they've not used it in the right way. And these are the things, my friends, we have to constantly think about each and every time. These are the things that you have to constantly, these are the things that you have to constantly think about in all that you do, in all that you want to achieve. Are the actions that I'm taking today, are the actions that I've taken this week, are they going to make my boat go faster? Are the actions that I've taken this week, are they going to make my boat go faster? The actions that you've taken this week, are they going to make your boat go faster? A young man came to me. He was recently married, and he talked about how his marriage was not working out so well. And the first thing he said to me is just like, I don't know, I think I married the wrong woman. Then I asked him another question. How much time do you spend at home? And he says, no, I've got all these things in the evening that I do and all that and the other. And I said to him, you know what? You're not spending time at home. You want a successful marriage, but you hardly spend any time at home. You're doing everything that will make you have an unhappy marriage, but you want a happy marriage. If I want sweet potatoes and I plant cassava, it doesn't matter how much I want the sweet potatoes. I've planted cassava, I'm getting cassava. It doesn't matter how much my heart desires to have sweet potatoes. I've managed cassava. Nangu, if I wake up one day and say, I leron de a candolo, but I've only got to them garden, guess what? I'm getting to it. I'm getting sweet, I'm getting cassava because that's what I planted. And so many people talk about success, but everything that they do is taking them away from being successful. So many people talk about success, but everything that they do is taking them away from being successful. So, my friends, when it comes to having a successful life in all that we do, as we prepare for the coming week, let us not go to work tomorrow with an attitude that says, I'm just going to work because it pays my bills. We're going to spend a lot of our lives in work. And let us make sure that we're growing. Somebody said, if we do not develop, we do not grow. If we do not grow, we don't become our best. And if we don't become our best, we don't enjoy our lives. And if we don't enjoy our lives, what else is there? What else is there? If we don't enjoy our lives, what else is there? My friends, we can become the best. We can become anything that our talents allows us to do. But so many people simply never take enough action. So many people talk about the things that I want. It doesn't matter what you want. You might want to live in a bigger house. If you don't work hard enough to get that bigger house, you're not going to have it. One of the most wonderful coaching experiences that I ever had was a client who came to me and said, you know what, I need to get enough motivation to get a better job so I can have a lot of money, more money for me to live on and me and my family to live on. As we started coaching, we started talking about his spending habits. We looked at his spending habits, and the question I asked him was, why do you spend that and the other? And the answer he gave me was, you know what, a lot of my friends spend a lot of their money on that and the other, and a lot of time I'm trying to keep up with them, and that's why I spend so much money. And when we are able to evaluate how much money he can save, what he concluded was he does not need a job that pays more money for him to move to a bigger house. Because all he needs to do is stop spending the money that you're spending to impress other people. So this is another element of making your boat go faster. So many people's lifeboats have been slowed down because of their desire to please others. The human being is so complex. We will spend money we don't have, so we'll go and borrow Kalova, right? We'll go and borrow Kalova so that we can go and buy expensive clothes to please others. Then we're going to borrow more Kalova to pay for the Kalova that we borrow to impress others. And then we find ourselves just going more into debt, and not being able to have the resources to succeed because our sole desire was to please others. And then when we find ourselves that we are deep in debt and we can't even spend a lot of money, and the landlord is knocking at the door, our friends that we're impressing, they're not there to bail us out. They disappear. They carry on doing the things that they want to do, and they leave us suffering. And my friends, that's what holds so many people back. When you've got a little bit of resources, how many people think, what can this do? What can I start with this little small amount that can multiply in the next few years? Do you know one thing that I do? Every payday, I put an amount aside that goes into investments. I'm not a big investor. I don't know a great deal about investment, and sometimes I look at the markets going up and down. One thing that I know is I need to have something that is out there. I need to have something for a rainy day. I need to have something that I can build on. That's something that I looked at and thought, what can I do to make my boat go faster? And my friends, being able to wake up and say, I want to save for the future. So many people don't. No, so many people don't save for the future. So many people simply don't understand that what you have today, we have to make sure you save something. Our Zambian people will get paid, right? They'll get paid. And the first thing that they do is they go to the bar. Before they even buy a bag of mini meal, they go to the bar. Then we spend, you can laugh as if it's funny. Then you spend what, 300 with your friends, 2 bags of mini meal. The same people come back and they tell you, you know how expensive a bag of mini meal is. You know, a person who spends 300, 400 kwacha on alcohol should never be complaining on how expensive a bag of mini meal is. A person who spends 400 kwacha on alcohol a month should never complain how much a bag of mini meal is. Because if he was able to just budget properly, he will have enough. He will have enough for that month. So the thing that we do, my friends, is looking at what holds us back from being successful, where our money goes. A lot of times it's not about how much money we get paid, it's where our money goes. Right? Where our money goes is more important. Is more important. Is more important than how much we get paid. Where our money goes is more important than how much we get paid. So these are the things that we have to think about. So listen, you can give somebody 2,000 kwacha, they go and blow it. You give them 5,000, they'll go and blow it. They give them 10,000, they'll go and blow it. You give them 20,000 and go on. You give them 100,000, they'll go and blow it because they haven't got a plan. They haven't got a plan for their lives. They've got a plan for anything. It doesn't matter how much resources people give you. If you don't have a plan, you're not going to utilize it to what it's supposed to be used for. If you haven't got a plan and I give you 200,000 kwacha, you're going to waste that because you haven't got a plan. And the starting point of a successful life, my friends, and this is one thing that will make your boat go very, very fast. You have to have a plan for your life. It's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared for it. In truth, so many people have had opportunities to succeed. So many people have had opportunities to do great things, but because they've not been prepared for them, they've missed the boat. I talk about, will it make the boat go faster? Some people don't even have a boat to go faster. Some people don't even have a boat. But then they even dare to say, you know what, I dream about the future. You dream about the future? What's your goal? They don't have a goal. If you've got no goal in your life, you've got no business talking about what you want to achieve tomorrow. Achieve what tomorrow? What are you going to achieve tomorrow if you haven't got a goal? What are you going to achieve on Friday if you just sat on Sunday afternoon? You haven't even thought about what next week is going to look like and what do you want next week to look like? I remember I was speaking at an event and I mentioned about making sure that you plan the week and you stay in control. And somebody said, but Frank, there's so many things that happen in this life and you can't control a week. My response was, that's partially correct. Things happen in life that are out of our control. But at large, we're all operating on automatic. We wake up every morning, we do the same thing, we brush our teeth the same way, we eat the breakfast the same way, and some of us will probably eat the same breakfast. Then we rush to the car, rush to the bus exactly the same way, and we repeat the routine. And our work is almost exactly the same, unless you work in emergency services where you get different days which are completely different. If you work in the office, you probably deal with the same thing. If you're working in a supermarket, in a shopping mall, you deal with customers. If customers probably say the exact same thing or complain about the same thing. What I'm trying to say is, at large, our days are exactly the same. Nothing extraordinary happens. Nothing out of the ordinary happens. And that is because we haven't got a plan. We haven't got a plan to do something different. We haven't got a plan to do something that will take our lives to a new level. Some of us work in an industry and we don't even understand the industry very well. I was speaking to a young man the other day who contacted me and I said, can you tell me more about the industry? You know what he told me was, I don't really know a lot. I just work there. I don't know a lot. I just work there. There's a man who's not getting promoted. There's a person who's not getting promoted. So the other thing to ensure that your boat is going to go faster is ensure that you study the industry that you're working in. That you wake up every single day to say, I'm going to study the industry and make sure that I understand it. I understand this industry. When people ask me questions, I'll be able to answer these questions in detail. When people ask me a question, I'll be able to answer this question in detail. I'll be an expert. I want to be an expert in this industry. Have you ever asked yourself, why is it that every industry has got very few experts? Why is it that when you go in an organization, you probably find 2-3 experts? You don't find 50. It's simply because very few people make a decision to say, I'm going to transform my life. I'm going to learn and develop and grow and enjoy the things that I do. Very few people understand that work becomes part of their life and it's their responsibility to wake up every single day and do something that is going to make them, that's going to keep them close to the things that I want, to do something that they're going to wake up every single day. The most wonderful thing in my current role is I wake up every single day and I'm excited. I'm excited what I'm going to do. I found something that I love. And in all of these things, I've always, on this journey, I've always asked myself, Will it make my boat go faster? Will it make my boat go faster? Will it get me to the things that I want? Will it get me to be where I want to be? These are the most important questions we have to ask ourselves as we begin a brand new week. These things, my friends, should always stay with us. Understanding that we were designed for accomplishment, we're engineered for success, and we're endowed with the seed of greatness. And that if we truly want to see success, we have to wake up every day and do something that is going to keep us close to the things that we want, that is going to enable us to do the great things that we've always wanted. These are the most wonderful things that we can ever do for our lives. These are wonderful things that we can ever do to ensure that we're enjoying our lives. And in conclusion, so many of us want wonderful things, but the actions that we're taking on a daily basis keep us from having those things that we've always dreamed of. In order to have the things that we want, to have the wonderful things that we've always dreamed of, it's no use just talking about it. What is going to matter is the actions that we take to get us to where we want, to get us to those things that we want. It doesn't matter how much you desire something. It doesn't matter how much you dream about something. If you do not take the actions that will take you to those things, you're simply never going to have those things. When we look at what our lives are and where we want to go, the question that we have to ask ourselves each and every day, my friends, am I taking enough actions to be successful? Am I waking up every single day and doing the things that will enable me to have the life that I want? So many people are living their lives of quiet desperation. So many people feel powerless each and every day because they think that success is in someone else's hands. They think that their destiny lies in someone else's hands. They got a list of people to blame. They never look around to see what actions they can take. It's easy. They blame the government. They blame the economy. They blame the weather. They blame their relatives. Those relatives that are always holding them back. But very rarely do they look in the mirror and ask themselves, what am I doing to contribute to where I am today? What am I doing to contribute to the results that I'm getting today? My friends, the moment we realize that our actions are contributing to the results that we are having today, that's when the life changes. That's when people who are seeing as wandering generalities completely transform their lives. Always remember this in all that you do, that you are born to win. God bless you. God bless our country. And God bless our dream. This has been Frank Saliki with your Sunday encouragement, saying thank you for joining me and goodbye from me. And I will leave you with one of the new apostolic hymns, Give Me More, Lord, of Thy Spirit.